Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider, the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Private alongside Sean Burdett. And Coach, we were going to have a real busy show talking about a lot of games, but ends up we're going to talk about one match, and we'll tell you why a little bit later. We're only talking about the one match, but one match you did get to play last week ended up really nice, a big one. It's a local rivalry here for the Memphis Tigers, but it's also probably pretty special to you because you coached down there for a little bit in a win over Ole Miss.
Yeah, it was great. A little road trip, get down there last Tuesday and ended up going 5 sets and came away with a victory. Always a great thing to get down there and play them first and foremost, but then also to come away with a win, something special for our team.
This team really seems to be playing really hard for you. They seem to, you never know how a coaching switch is going to go, and for a coach, how it is going to be inheriting a team and some veterans on that team, but it seems to be going pretty well.
Yeah, I think, again, the buy-in continues, and we're working hard every day in practice, and we're seeing it from top to bottom. It's not just upperclassmen, but from the freshmen all the way up, which is great, and I think we need that. We've got to have that competition, as we talked about before in practice, and then we've got to carry it over to the weekends.
You were scheduled to go up to Washington, D.C. You're going to play Georgetown and GW. There's another team in there, too. You're going to bounce around between the two schools to kind of get this in. With the hurricane coming in, and although I wasn't going for Washington, but traveling, so many connections, ended up not being able to make the trip.
Yeah, I think we made a great choice for our student athletes and want to make sure they were safe and also certainly not wanting to miss class time and things. So at the end of the day, a very good choice on our side. Wish we could have played the matches, but able to give our players some time off, which was really good, and staff was able to get out and recruit a little bit over the weekend. So really was no lost time there.
I guess the give and take for you is that you have momentum, you had momentum, you would have loved to play the matches, but also conference plays coming up, so a weekend of a little bit of recovery probably helps as well.
It certainly helps. Those little injuries that are nagging, give them a chance to heal up a little bit. Also gave our team some time off to get out and watch other teams compete and play. They got to go to the football game on Friday night, which was a really nice thing for them, and support the other teams here.
Coach, I know you were able to get out, as you mentioned, the team got a little time off. Did y'all get in the gym just to move them around at all over the weekend, or was it completely just kind of get away and recharge?
Really went hard on Thursday and gave them 3 days off, and then came back in yesterday, had a fantastic practice, and then we'll get after it again today and get ready to hit the road on Thursday morning.
Well, you start conference play this week. You touched on it last week. You're pretty impressed with the Americans so far this year.
Yeah, I mean, the quality is just top-notch, and really from top to bottom, every team is super competitive. You've got to bring your A game every match, and then to head out on the road, you've got to be good. You've got to play really a solid game and a low error game all the way around.
You got a pretty big challenge, and your newcomers are going to get introduced to the American, thrown into the fire. You got to go to Tulsa on Friday, turn around Wichita State Sunday. The only time you play these teams because of the way the conference rotation. Yeah. We know the history and we know how good Wichita State is. Tulsa, though, you said you've seen them on film. They are a big team.
Yeah, very physical. A team that is upper class dominated. They bring heat. They are good offensively and then certainly good defensively at the net. So we've got a work cut out for us. But again, I think some things we're working on in practice kind of play into how we'll match up with them.
Coming into this conference weekend with a weekend off last week, have you ever had to deal with that before? I guess being up in Green Bay, even though they're used to the winter weather, at some point it's going to snow or ice over too much.
Yeah, luckily have not run into that in a long time. We were in a hurricane years ago on a road trip down to Florida, but we got through that one. But it does happen, and I think what we talk about with the team is just rolling with the punches and being flexible, and that was one of the big things coming into the season of being flexible. You never know what's going to happen. We always talk about the next person up, and being ready, whether that's an injury or missing a practice or if you miss a flight. So you just got to be ready to roll with it and go hard.
All right, well, Coach, thanks a lot. Go get them this weekend.
Thank you very much.
That is Sean Burdett. I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.